Um, Good afternoon. Today I'm going to talk to Katie Hammond, who works for Stronger Families with Touchstone. And I'm going to ask her a number of questions and about her life and why she came to Touchstone. So, could you tell me about your early life?
Yep. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. So, yeah, I was born in Halifax, where I lived until I was 18, with my parents and my younger brother. My dad was a police sergeant. He was in the police all his life. And my mum worked in social services as an administrator. Um, so I think maybe their caring natures and careers maybe influenced mine. I have lots of happy childhood memories. I spent lots of time with my grandparents, and I'm really fortunate, I think, to say that my dad's parents, I'm still making memories with them now, and they're approaching the 90th birthdays. Um, and I have lots of great times with them, and they're my idols, really. Um, School wise, I always did okay at school. I didn't particularly love any particular subject, um, but that kind of changed when I got the opportunity to do psychology at A level. And that, I guess, sparked kind of a lifelong interest in the mind and behaviour. I went on to study psychology then at Lancaster University. And as well as gaining a psychology degree there, that's where I met my husband, Rich. So yeah, that was my early life, I guess.
What type of work did you do before you came to Touchstone?
So my job immediately before coming to Touchstone, I worked for 6 years as a falls prevention officer for a Leeds home improvement agency. I worked across the city in that role with the aim of supporting a person to stay in their own homes for as long and as safely as possible. So I carried out safety assessments, I gave general advice around safety, as well as arranging for things like stair rails, bathing equipment, toilet rails to be fitted. Um, and my previous experience as working as an occupational therapy assistant, that was down in Oxford at the quite famous John Radcliffe Hospital. I don't know if you've heard of that. And that kind of really helped in that role. As a student, I had so many jobs: receptionist, barmaid, waitress, dog walker, shop assistant, babysitter, just to name a few. But it was my first job, I think, after graduating from uni that really sparked my interest in helping others. Again, in Oxford, I worked for 2 years as a behavioural support assistant, and that was in a mental health inpatient facility supporting 6 males. And I really loved the challenges and rewards that that job gave me, and kind of the fact that 2 days were never the same. I really loved that job. And it was when I was pregnant with my second son in 2016, my husband had an opportunity to move to Newcastle with his job. And it so happened at the time that the home improvement agency I was working for was going through a bit of a restructure and asked for any voluntary redundancies, and I decided to take that with the view to moving to Newcastle and becoming a stay-at-home parent for a while. But for various reasons, the move to Newcastle was quite short-lived, and we soon found ourselves moving back to West Yorkshire. And at the same time, I kind of realised I did still want to continue working part-time. And I was really, really lucky to get the first job that I applied for, and that was as mental health support worker on a brand new project across Leeds and Bradford called Stronger Families. And I worked for Touchstone, who were to be Bradford specialist provider for the wellbeing and mental health service. It's funny, I'll always I can really visualize it really clearly, seeing that advert as I was scrolling through jobs online, and I'd never really heard of Touchstone before, and the advert really shone out to me. And I guess the name of the project itself, Stronger Families, and its vision and values, because after all, I was quite a new parent with 2 young boys, struggling with some of the challenges and changes that parenthood could bring. So yeah, I found it was a perfect fit for me, really.
What do you do most of the time in your work?
Yeah, so the project was launched in the summer of 2017, so it's now approaching its 4th year. And we've just been successful in securing funding up until June 2023. So I am now the service manager, and we're quite a small team, and we support approximately 80 parents in Bradford each year with their wellbeing and mental health. And the Stronger Family Programme offers support to anyone who's unemployed with dependent children, with the aim of getting them back into work. And I'm responsible for the day-to-day management of the service, and I also have a caseload as well. And currently, I'm really enjoying planning and delivering our group wellbeing sessions with 2 peer volunteers that we have. We organise wellbeing walks, craft workshops, and this year we've just launched a WhatsApp wellbeing chat group, and that's been really successful.
How do you see your future?
So at Touchstone, every day at Touchstone brings opportunities and learning experiences, and I'm really grateful to work for such an amazing organisation. I feel in a really good place right now, delivering a service I'm really passionate about, and being fortunate enough to work part-time, so I can also enjoy my family life. But however, I'm starting to plan now for the project will come to an end in June 2023. So my aim is to secure further funding for opportunities to create new services or develop existing ones in Bradford. So yeah, I don't like to look too far ahead, but that's kind of what I'm focusing on at the moment.
Do you see yourself staying with Touchstone then?
I do. I'm really happy here. Yeah, I'd love to. Yeah, I've never worked for anywhere quite like Touchstone. Yeah, I feel really lucky to work for them.
Okay, well, thank you very much for answering those questions, and we'll